Good morning, everybody. Just doing some daily chores, or weekend chores, really. Yesterday we picked up our monthly feed order and got some soil. Right now I'm heading off to ship some eggs out and some other orders that people have ordered. But gotta fix the tractor. Broke that the other day. Just starting to compost, but got some soil here. Got for some of the beds we're doing, and I gotta put away the feed later. But we gotta fix the tractor before I can do all that. Hi, it's Brandon from Whiskey Tango Farms. I'm back with a video to help you on your path to self-sufficiency through rabbits, quail, and gardening. Today, we're doing a little bit of a vlog video. Something a little different. Shipping some eggs, fixing the tractor, broke the tractor last weekend, starting the feed pile. It's a little chilly this morning, 34 degrees, supposed to be 50, so good weather to try to fix the tractor. But I will take you along today as I go. But I'm off to the post office, get these orders done and sent out to you guys, and I'll be back with you. Got the eggs dropped off, and now we're off to Lowe's. Gonna buy some wood. We gotta make a rabbit tractor here, so we'll go get that. So I just remembered that the post office is really close to our farmer's market, so I'm gonna swing by and pick up some mushrooms, because there's a guy that sells really good mushrooms, fresh mushrooms, that he cuts the day of the farmer's market, so, and grows weekly. They're very good, so I'm gonna pick some of those up on my way to Lowe's, because Lowe's is back on the edge of town and we're in town right now, and I don't want to come back. So grab some mushrooms. I think I want to make some mushroom Swiss burgers tonight, but we'll see what Kristen thinks. Either way, I'm gonna get some mushrooms because they're yummy. So, all right. So I got my blue oyster mushrooms from Segura and Sons. Sorry. Didn't read it first, but I also bought a mushroom growing kit to give it a try. Kristen bought one a few weeks ago from the store, and it was just one of those ones that you can buy everywhere, but he guarantees his first flush mushrooms, and he said that I got blue oyster mushrooms, and he said they'll grow in about 14 weeks or 14 days. So I'm be excited about that, growing some mushrooms. And he's a very nice guy, and said to reach out if I need any help. So he's good customer service. Off to Lowe's now to get some wood panels. Just pulling into Lowe's now, and let's go get some wood. Need some panels for the rabbit tractor, and I think we're gonna get some for alright. So pulled into Lowe's. Like I said, we're here to pick up some wood for the rabbit tractor. I think I'm gonna grab some of the same panels and use it to make some planter boxes that Kristen wants, because she needs planter boxes for a garden area that she's planting this year, and I want one, and I'm gonna build one first myself to plant some garlic in, and I need to do that now before it gets too much warmer. We do have the garlic in the refrigerator to plant, but I probably should have planted that like last week sometime. But I'm gonna build a box probably tomorrow, and get soil in there and get the garlic planted. So here's the panels, just cheap dog ear, 218, 6 foot by 5.5 by 5/8 thick. So just going through, grabbing some of these, and then loading them up. So I think I'm gonna grab like 20 of them for today, because I have some, like I said, the planter boxes I want to use in a rabbit tractor. So just load some of these up. All right, got all the wood loaded up and everything. Now I gotta get back home. Starting to warm up, 40 degrees so far, so it's a little after 10 o'clock, so hopefully they're right about the weather getting up to 50 today. It'll be nice, but got more work to do outside and get back to the house, and we're gonna start working on the tractor. Gotta get that fixed so I can use it today. But all right, off we go. All right, I figured before we take the tractor out here and I show you what I broke, I kind of explain what I did. So like I said before, I was stirring the compost pile. Our compost pile is pretty large from over the winter. I wasn't able to use any of it. Still composting. It's almost done, I'd say. But I went up on the pile and wanted to back drag and, you know, basically pull some of the top stuff down so I can mix it up real good. Well, I drove the tractor up onto the compost pile a little bit, and where I drove, I guess I drove too far, and I rested the mechanism that holds the mower deck up on the tractor. Must have bottomed out on there because I was in too far, and then I broke a couple bolts, and of course they're very expensive because it's a John Deere, but these are the bolts. Each one of these costs $20, but I gotta try to get the old ones out and get these two new ones back in there. We'll see how it goes, but I'm hoping it goes easy, but I'm not sure. It should, but you never know with broken bolts. It might be hard to get some of the stuff out, and I might have to remove more things or buy more things than I thought. But anyways, pull the tractor out here and we'll get started. Tractor pulled out. Sun's nice and bright right now. It's getting warmer, which is nice. Nice, good first warm day. But that tractor parked on the concrete here. I'm gonna get under there. I'll show you guys what piece I'm talking about and what fell, or what broke, I mean, and why I have to fix the tractor right now. I need it to do some stuff. I know Kristen wants to use it to dig some holes to plant some of the trees we bought and everything, so I gotta get this fixed so I can get the backhoe on it and get that going today. All right, so we're down under here. I don't know if you guys, how much you'll be able to see under here. Excuse me. But right here, little eye bolt thing that snapped off from this unit being smushed. It goes, connects up to here, and then it's on the other side up here. So right there, snap that connects up here and holds this whole mechanism up like this, up out of the way when you're not mowing. So right now I have it bungee corded up so I could move the tractor. Otherwise this was dragging on the ground. You can see I got some mud and dirt and grass because I didn't realize it was dragging right away. Didn't hear the snap. Saw the drag marks in the dirt and picked this back up. So we're gonna pull some of this stuff apart. I think I'm gonna have to take this piece off because this seems jammed up in there. So I'll take this pin out, hopefully. And then we'll get this bolt out of here. We'll have to unbolt this here, get this off. So I'll have to get my wrench for that. And then we'll have to do it on the other side too. Both sides broke. So we'll get to it. I'm not gonna get a wrench on that. Or on a socket. That no way. That'll work. Alright, so that was relatively easy. Just had to move the PTO up like this, and I was able to get a socket on there and get that nut off. Looks like they have a nylock nut on there, and then the eye hook comes right off. So, and it doesn't want to unscrew. I can try to unscrew it maybe, but get vice grips here and try to unscrew that, see if it might come off. But all right, so I grabbed a pair of vice grips and we'll see how it works. I think it might. We'll try. And it's working. So we got a little lucky. I don't have to take the tiller off, which is good. All right, got that bolt out. See, a little bent too, but a good thing I unscrewed it that way. I was gonna try to unscrew it going this way, but with that bend there, it would have never went anywhere. So glad I decided to screw it from the broken end out of the broken. So pull this piece off, check the threads. So this piece here is a piece that part screws into. So you have your eye hook, and then this threads up in there, and that's how you adjust your blade height and everything, or your mechanism, to make sure it's all level and everything. So I'm gonna have to do that, get the mower deck on here at some point before I mow, and make sure everything's leveled out. But for right now, for our purposes, I just need to get this back together and get on with my day. So this is one side done, or one side half done. We'll get this all back on there and we'll go from there. So right. Getting started here. Now this side I do think was fairly tightened or fairly put up in there. I'm going to try to mimic where this bolt snapped up in there. So it went fairly, just so I don't have to do too much adjustment when I have to level this back out. But this eyelet, so I'm gonna try to screw this up there, if you can see that. So this thread I'm gonna screw until it's up inside of here. So that's right where it broke, was right at this joint. So I'm gonna screw up so it's till it's about the same height. There we go. So slide that over, get this in its position like that. The bolt in there. So I got the eyelet slid on there, and put the washer on, and the nylock nut. All right, that's back on there. I think we'll have it about the right height where this was, so. Oh, shoot, I forgot the vice grips. All right. I'm gonna start with this first. Grab the vice grips there, start turning this. I think we're almost out. There we go. Got her out. So. But yeah, those, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but those threads and then we're all beat up. This is the end that snapped, but it looks like this end was almost cut as well, and the threads were a little bent and goobered. So at least we got it out. That's all I can say. I'm gonna get the color end off here. That one's on there a lot tighter than the other side. There we go. Now we got it loose. Alright, got that one off. So, took the washer and nylock nut off of this one here. Got this guy off. and we'll put the new one on. Again, we'll just try to, see, that was my fear. Since that one was all goobered up, those threads were goobered up, I was wondering if these were gonna, the thread down here was gonna get goobered, pulling it through like that. And it is. Oh yeah, they look all cross-threaded in there. So this piece got messed up, the threads were messed up, so yanking them through there, got it off. I'm gonna have to hope the John Deere dealer has this part. I know it's a available part, but I don't know if the local dealer has this in stock. So I'm gonna give them a call and see if they have this in stock. All right, so I'm gonna head off to the dealership. I called them, somebody answered, but they said that the parts department was pretty busy and they close soon, but they're only 5-6 miles away, so I'm just gonna head there. Hopefully they have the part in stock. They had the other eye bolts in stock. They had 3 of them when I called them and picked them up last week, so I'm hoping that they have this piece. If not, I'll have to order it in, but I think I'd be able to use the tractor. It's at least held up by the one side and not by a bungee anymore, so I'm gonna head there. Hopefully they have the part and go off to Reichner and Schnell to the John Deere dealer, and hopefully they have this piece. So get back with you when we find out if we have the part or not, but I really hope they do. I just want this fixed and done with so I don't have to worry about it. But anyways, we have planning on planting. We bought 2 pear trees today and 2 apple trees to replace our apple trees that died. And then I think we got 3 grape plants, trees, whatever you want to call them. We got 2 of the same variety, and then there was another one that Kristen wanted for creating like jams and jellies and stuff like that. So we got 2 different varieties of grapes to plant today, and 2 pear trees and 2 different types of apple trees to plant. And that's why I'm trying to get the tractor done. Kristen wants to be able to dig the holes for the apple trees and the pear trees with the backhoe, just to make it a little easier, because the ground might be a little hard, but I don't think it will. I was just gonna dig them by hand, and she's like, I don't think so. We're gonna use the backhoe because we have it, and why not? So we're gonna do that, and I have extra soil to fill in, so it's good soil and everything to go with it. But anyways, I'm driving, and I will be back with you as soon as I find out if I can get this part. For the dealership. See how much millions of dollars this pair costs. Sure, the last parts, you know, they're $2-3 bolts that cost me $20 a piece, 21 bucks a piece, something like that. Let's see how much this piece costs. I'm sure it's gonna be like 10-20 bucks itself. You know how they are. But there's all the big old tractors. Big ones. Little guys. Garden tractors, normal tractors, lawnmowers. Over here is their used stuff. There's a big dog, 400 series. I wouldn't mind having. Well, like I thought, they didn't have the part in stock. They're able to get the part. They ordered it. It should be here this next week. They said Wednesday or Thursday. But while I was there, I picked up fuel filters, oil filters, some oil. Doesn't have very many hours on the tractor right now. I think around 38 or something like that, maybe 39. But since I ran it all winter long and everything, I figured I'd change the engine oil, change the fuel filter in case anything got in there. Haven't changed any of that since I bought it last year. So, of course, they're starting to get a bunch of new tractors in. They had a lot of larger tractors. I really wanted a larger tractor when we bought ours last year, but they didn't have any. This year they have more larger tractors. They had a 4044M, which is what I really would like, but don't have the yard for it yet. But I would like that for doing all the compost and lifting the pallets and everything. So right now with our smaller tractor is a 1025R. It's a small baby tractor. It can only lift about half a pallet full of feed, and it struggles a little bit doing that. So it'd be nice to get a bigger one that'll be able to lift more. They did have one that I really want that I wouldn't mind looking into a little more. It's a 3033R. I just don't remember. I mean, look at it, it doesn't look much wider than the 1025R is, and you probably can still get it in the backyard, but I'm not sure if it would mow very well or use it very good for mowing. Did have a center PTO to add a mower deck, and I believe we can still use the same mower deck that I have. Might be a little smaller actually. Might have to trade that one in if we did that as well. But I think we'd have to get a 60-inch wide deck, and that would cause troubles on some of the areas where we mow, or where I mow, because I can't get a 60-inch deck. The 54-inch deck fits in there just perfect. But I don't know. I was debating about trading our tractor in because it's low hours and everything. I haven't really talked to Kristen about it yet, but I wouldn't mind. Get something bigger that would work a little better for what we need. It'd be a little better for doing more tractor farming type techniques, you know, planting and things like that. Be able to use it in a field. It might be a better investment down the road, but I don't know. More than likely won't get it. Just dreaming, you know. You always dream when you go to the dealership and see something new, fancy. But anywho, I'm on my way back home, taking a little different route instead of the highway, going through the back road to the house, which is just full of prairie and farm fields and a sod farm, oddly enough. There's some geese out there. They can stay there. I don't want them anywhere near the farm. But this is the sod farm. And they grow grass and cut it up. Now if you can see some of those rows, you can see where they were cutting, but that's the sod farm. It's not too far from our house. It's only about 3 miles away, I think. 3 or 4 miles away. But I don't know. A deer out there too. Slightly disappointed that they didn't have that part that they needed. Like I said, I figured they wouldn't have the part. Good thing is the part was only $6, a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. You know, it's really only $1 or $2 part, but John Deere charges you a lot, and thankfully that part itself wasn't that expensive. So that makes me happy. Other than that, I'm not sure when I'm gonna change the oil. Didn't plan on doing that today, and wasn't planning on doing it for a little while. The biggest concern I have today is getting this part fixed, which I'm not gonna be able to now. The one side's fixed and it's stable enough that I can do what I need to do and everything, so I think we'll be okay. But it'll be a next weekend project, and I think next weekend, so far it's not supposed to rain. It's supposed to rain again more this week, but it's supposed to be warmer from here on out. We're gonna have 50-degree weather. I think Wednesday is gonna have 60 degrees, like mid 60s they're calling for, and rain showers, so that's okay. One of these days I gotta fit in to do tilling for the field, the cornfield and potatoes and onions. I gotta get that all tilled up and mixed in. I ordered some more topsoil for that because it's all sandy in there, and we've put as much compost that we had available in there and tilled it all in. But I'm gonna get some topsoil and mix it in there, and hopefully that ground will produce a little better and hold a little more water. It's very sandy right now, and that area had no topsoil at all. It's just stripped completely. So, and it's, you know, not far from the creek. We have a creek in the backyard. So I think that's why that area just didn't have topsoil, or when they built these subdivisions, somebody just came in and, you know, bulldozed all the topsoil away. I don't know. It kind of sucks. Good boy. Okay. So I wasn't sure if anybody would be interested in seeing him eat, or I'll just show, you know, this is his lunch. If you're interested in what he's eating, you can comment down below, and I can tell you. But he's eating lunch. I'm gonna get lunch together, try to find something. But that's Nano eating lunch. He's getting big. A big dog.